name is Hank Kersey. I'm the military advisor for Call of Duty, and you're watching Giant Bomb. Yeah, all right,
I think I was drugged. Hey folks, we're down here in sunny Santa Monica at this Activision event. We're looking at Call of Duty World of War, which you can see going on behind me. They've also got Spider-Man Web of Shadows and Quantum of Solace, the new James Bond game. Let's start with Spider-Man.
Get ready for a world of pain.
Hey guys, I am here with Chris Scholes, who is the studio head at Shaba Games, working on Spider-Man Web of Shadows. So Chris, so Treyarch has been doing Spider-Man games for the last 4 or 5 decades now. So you guys are finally going to take a stab at the franchise. What are you guys doing differently? Are you feeling pressure to branch out on your own and do something different than what Treyarch's been doing?
Shaba's background is in extreme sports games. We did some Tony Hawk games and Matt Hoffman and Wakeboarding Unleashed. And all the time when we were developing those, it was always in the back of our minds of what it would be so awesome to be having that same sort of experience, except fighting all along the way. So for us, while this is our first Spider-Man game, we've been thinking about this game for about 10 years now. So Spider-Man's the perfect character to really realize this vision because of the way he moves, and it's really what you expect from Spider-Man. So we thought we were able to really bring something new to the franchise that just hasn't existed, not just in a Spider-Man game, but in really any superhero game.
Give us an idea where and who you're drawing from the Marvel Universe, like who some of the characters are, and how are you going to interact with those?
So something we definitely wanted at the start was, again, because we're not really tied to a movie or to a particular storyline, we were able to really be creative about who could be in the game, and we wanted to just have a huge Marvel cast. So you're going to see all sorts of heroes and villains. So you'll see Wolverine and Luke Cage and Kingpin and Vulture and Moon Knight even. So there's tons more too. So it really, I think, for people that really know the Marvel Universe, they'll really dig that because there's all sorts of little details that only true Marvel fans will pick up on that I hope they like.
Okay, so real quick, tell me who would win in a fight, Spider-Man versus Wolverine?
Is a Sim Wolverine or just normal Wolverine?
Up to you.
Okay. In a life or death fight, I think Spider-Man. Come on, he can lift 10 tons.
Sure. Okay, Black Cat versus Mary Jane.
Who has the guns?
Oh, let's give them to Mary Jane.
She's the woman scorned, so yes, I'll say Mary Jane.
All right, good answer. Treyarch versus Shaba.
It's a draw. Come on.
Good diplomatic answer. Hey guys, I've got here Daniel Suarez, executive producer on Call of Duty World of War. So you guys are basically doing kind of your big multiplayer reveal today, and obviously multiplayer is huge for Call of Duty. So I played a little bit of it so far, and I'm honestly really surprised and impressed how much it feels like Call of Duty 4, but it's also got a lot of stuff built on top of it. Can you talk about how you sort of nailed that same feel and kept it consistent for people who are familiar with the series, but then also what kind of stuff you've added on there?
Sure. So Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare gives us a great foundation. We had perks, we have XP, we have challenges, we have kill streaks, so all that comes over in a great package. So how do you build upon that? So number one, we've added a whole new set of perks, different kinds of perks that really work well with really sort of a counterbalance of the game. So if you played a lot of Call of Duty 4, there were some things where people would like to sort of spam grenades, and how did you counter that kind of stuff? So now we have a lot of countermeasures built in. So we have different types of grenades like gas and flares and different types of things. So there's perks to counter that. So if it's a gas grenade that goes off, I can put on the gas mask and now I'm not affected by it. If it's a flare grenade, I can put on shades and I'm not affected by it. So there's great ways of, when you're playing in different types of modes, you're playing different types of maps, how do I want to play that mode and customize it for myself? So that's just alone on the perks. So new kill streaks. So the kill streaks within Call of Duty World at War, we've got this great sort of new addition. So the first one, you get your reconnaissance, where are my guys on the map? You've got an artillery strike at kill streak number 5, and then the new one everybody's talking about is the kill streak at number 7, which is dogs. Everyone said, dogs? You mean dogs? I will tell you, once you're in and you're playing and you hear Gary Oldman or Kiefer Sutherland and you hear Gary Oldman sort of unleash the dogs, all of a sudden it's like, okay, where are these things coming from? You hear them barking, you hear them coming at you, and if you're the enemy who's had the dogs called on them, you're literally just all of a sudden just attacked.
Yeah, I gotta say, those dogs are a real pain in the butt.
But at the same time, it's a great sort of new way of creating the suspense of where they're coming from, where are they, and from a strategic advantage for the people that have called on the dogs, I can now follow the dogs and find out where my enemy is. And it's a great sort of tactical advantage that you get from calling that kill streak.
You actually went and made Prestige meaningful in some way, like you actually get something out of prestiging besides an icon. So can you tell us more about that?
So yeah, there's a special unique gamer tag you can unlock, as well as some achievements that are tied to prestige. You know, people grind a lot on prestige, and they spend a lot of time trying to get to that achievement. We wanted to make it worthwhile to have that. So key thing. I think a lot of things, you know, that was something the community wanted, and I think as we were building this game, we really wanted to hear what the community wanted. There's specific features in terms of privacy features, in terms of leaderboards, in terms of things within, you know, types of game modes that they wanted. Like they wanted capture the flag back. We brought in capture the flag. We wanted to retain certain game modes that existed in the game. We have kept those. So really listen to what the community is saying about this game in terms of features that they wanted for multiplayer, and saying, look, we listened, here it is.
So you guys have been talking about the multiplayer beta that's coming. Can you give us some more info on that, like what the scheduling is like, what the access is going to be, how people can get into it?
Sure. So we're going to do a multiplayer beta for 360 and PC. The beta you can go on callofduty.com to register. If you're already registered on callofduty.com, you're already part of the group that's going to be invited to be part of it. There's also a pre-order campaign with GameStop that if you pre-order the game, you actually get an invitation to the beta. It's coming out in October. We're not nailed a date yet down, but it's going to come out in October for both platforms. It's a number of different maps, a couple of different game modes, and really for us to sort of just stress test the infrastructure a little bit, make sure there's nothing that we didn't see as we were finalizing the game, and really sort of just to get the balance right. And I think it'll give everybody a really good taste of the game, test all the weapons, see the different sort of maps. We've got the war mode part of that multiplayer beta, which I think people will play for the first time and go, wow, this is really, really cool. And another great map in there we included, which is Roundhouse. If you guys haven't seen that, a real cool map that we're actually thrilled about as well.
Cool. Are you gonna throw PS3 owners any kind of bone since they're not getting in on this beta?
You know, on the PS3, the beta focus was really from a technology standpoint. We really wanted to kind of test the back-end functionality, and the PS3, it was just for the PC and the 360, we kind of answered that question for what we need to do in terms of getting everything fine-tuned. So, yeah, it was one of those things where you could just cover it on the 360 and PC.
Sorry, PS3 owners. So you guys are wrapping up, or you're getting there. When's it going to be done? When's it going to be out there?
Game comes out November 11th, and it's going to be awesome. We look forward to everybody being on the battlefield with us. So.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time.
Cool.
Appreciate it. We're obviously dressed to impress.
We were tailed. We shook the tail. We got to the drop-off zone.
Hey, I'm here at Activision's Quantum of Solace event with some very lovely ladies. I'm just going to go around here and let you all introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Natasha.
Taylor.
I'm Priscilla. Anastasia.
All right. Oh, we also have Dan Monich here, who I guess is the art director on the game or something. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm the assistant art director on the game. That's correct.
Cool, cool. So give me your sales pitch. Why are we entering a new golden age of James Bond games?
Well, first and foremost, we are releasing, there is a new James Bond on the scene, and he is tough, and he is gritty, and he's really cool. And we have brand new technology. So this is the first Bond game to come out on all of the, the new hardware. So we can push a lot more polys. We can do a lot cooler things with texture maps. Basically, it's going to be a really beautiful game with a really cool, engaging character.
So, multiplayer. Bond has, especially with GoldenEye, has got like pretty serious multiplayer pedigree. But you guys are also using the Call of Duty 4 technology, which has its own kind of multiplayer legacy. So, like, which side of that divide are you guys leaning toward?
Well, actually, we're in a fantastic situation because we're starting with a COD 4 engine, and there's just not much of a better place to start when you're talking about console multiplayer games. You're correct. GoldenEye was fantastic. I love GoldenEye, and I think that what you're going to get is a really cool, updated, beautiful multiplayer game with some very Bond game modes. It's going to feel very James Bond. We have Golden Gun, okay? We have Bond versus, where you are James Bond against the world, and then we have a classic mode, that sort of fulfills that basic death match. We've got team modes. We've really got it all, and it's a really great game. Every night at 6 o'clock. Now you got to understand, we've been working months, without a break. Every night at 6, we play multiplayer because the team loves it. So we've loved making it. I just hope that you guys love playing it.
Cool. Very good. And since you're on the art team, the character models in the game are like scary realistic, like the Daniel Craig, the Vesper Lind, like spot on. So like, did you guys get those actors in the studio, like do all the head scanning stuff? Like, how did you nail that look?
Absolutely. Well, we actually scanned all the major characters, and we did extensive photography. And what happens is we get, when we do a laser scan, it's accurate down to like sort of a millionth of an inch. I think something like that. And then we take that data, we build a lower poly game model, and then from that we bake all of that information into the normal maps, and that's what really gives you that beautiful, realistic looking Daniel Craig model.
So you've captured every pore, every pimple on their faces?
It's all in there.
Yeah.
It's all in there.
All right, fair enough. So movie, game, when are they both out?
Early November.
Okay. Cool. Ladies, anybody want to send us off here? Closing comments? Somebody step up, come on.
No, it's a great game. I died 1,000 times, but I tried. It's a great game.
All right, great game. You heard it here first. All right, see ya. I think I was drugged. I'm drinking the antidote right now. It's all a haze.
No matter how much you drink, if you made a commitment to go run in the morning at 7 o'clock on the beach, you show up. All right, that's the code. When you say your word of what I'm going to do, that should be emblazoned across your brain. I will make that rendezvous, or I will die. And so, some of us made it. Brad did not.
Let the record show that I never actually made the commitment. I hemmed and hawed and was wishy-washy, but
sometimes avoiding the commitment is also indicative of character flaw. All right,
all right. I'm going to make a vow right now on camera. The next time we're in the same place and you're doing a run, I'm going to be there.
You heard it here first. It is emblazoned now across America. This man has moral courage, and he's made that commitment. I am sure he'll be there. All right.
It remains to be seen. All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Brad. Good talking to you, man.
Thanks. This is not worth filming, is it?
Nope. Really?